National Maritime Day is truly special. It brings us all, stakeholders in the shipping industry, together: policymakers, corporate people and investors, seafarers, fishermen, maritime planners and port operators, including researchers, nature scientists, engineers and many more. The theme of the 56th National Maritime Day is 100 years since the steamship loyalty, and it is my pleasure and delight to join in the celebration of this National Maritime Day. On this day, despite British rule on the 5th April 1919, an Indian shipping company dared to enter the competition with British shipping companies as Steamship Loyalty, the ship acquired by the then Scindia Steam Navigation Company Limited, sailed to the United Kingdom from the Indian shores. This voyage ended the monopoly of the British shipping companies on the sea routes. From April 5, 1964, Government of India decided to celebrate April 5 as the National Maritime Day. Today is a very special celebration as it marks 100 years of that occasion. The underlying objective of the National Maritime Day is to highlight the significant role of the Indian shipping sector in the overall transportation industry in the country and promote its development. The National Maritime Day also recognizes the vital services rendered by persons and organizations connected with the development of shipping transport. We have in common the conviction that our seas and coasts hold the key to our future. Let me share with you how I see today and the future of the maritime industry, especially concerning our state of Goa, and highlight some of the initiatives and work that is being done by our state government and the Indian government for the benefit of the shipping industry, stakeholders, public at large and the environment. Central government initiatives plans to implement projects worth over rupees 5 lakh crores under the ambitious Sagarmala scheme by end 2019. Sagarmala is an initiative with an objective of promoting port-led development along India's 7,500 km long coastline. The government under the Sagarmala project has set ambitious target of port modernization, port connectivity, enhancement, port-linked industrialization and coastal community development for phase-wise implementation until 2035. India will soon unveil steps to tap cruise tourism in a big way along its coastline and is trying to address the issues of cleanliness, connectivity and security to spruce up the country's image on the global circuit. The government thrust will be in boosting export of agro and aqua products, generation of power, setting up of desalination plants, purchase of our own wagons for freight carriage, and launch of cruise operations to promote tourism. The Shipping Corporation of India would be given rupees 800 crore to procure necessary cruise boats, while cruise terminals would be built at all the major ports. The Ministry of Shipping is exploring the possibility of setting up 200 megawatts solar and wind energy projects on 1.5 lakh acres of land at Khandla port in Gujarat. The government plans to install almost 200 megawatts wind and solar power generation capacity by 2019 at all the ports. The energy capacity could be ramped up to 500 megawatts in the future years. In our state, the following progress is worth mentioning. Mumbai to Goa ferry service route has been established since December 2018 and has been continuously operating on this route with a passenger capacity of about 500 passengers. This ferry is registered with the Captain Ports Department under the Inland Vessels Act 1917. The Memorandum of Understanding has been signed with Inland Waterways Authority of India, Marbanga Port Trust and the state government 6 rivers of Goa have been declared as national waterways, and a memorandum of understanding has been signed between Inland Waterways Authority of India, Marmangaon Port Trust and Capno Ports, by virtue of which, though the rivers are declared as national waterways, the Capno Ports Department and the state government ensured that the control of the rivers remain fully with the Capno Ports Department. Inland Waterways Authority of India will fund the projects in the 6 rivers fully. MPT will carry out the required works involved. Inland Waterways Authority cannot do any work in the rivers without the permission of the Capno Ports. All powers of the COP and the Fisheries Department will remain as it were before, and no permission would be required from IWA for any activity in the national waterways except when building bridges across the rivers and laying underwater cables on the river bed. All other permissions will have to be taken from the Capno Ports Department only. This is the best agreement the COP and the State Department has bargained from the inland waterways and ensured that the people of Goa get full benefits of the national waterways, whereby the central government will provide the following: develop navigational channels in the rivers, which include dredging of rivers, river training works, bank protection, etc., terminal construction and maintenance along with cargo handling facilities, offshore structure and related infrastructure, navigational aids including navigation buoys, DGPS, river information system, vessel traffic management system will be funded by the Inland Waterways Authority, which will help the state to tap the river potential with central aid. Solar-powered ferry boat for the River Navigation Department is expected to be ready for operation by the year end, which will be a connectivity within the state. Electronic surveillance of Goa coast and rivers. The river information system presently, there is a proposal by the Capno Ports Department to establish a RIS in the river of Goa. With this system, the 105 kilometers of Goa coast will be electronically monitored by electronic radar, automatic identification system and CCTV coverage at the mouths of all the rivers. This will enable us to monitor the movement of all the vessels in and out of the river. This system will help in maintaining navigational channels, safety of life, clean pollution, free environment, and most of all, security of all the vessels, people of Goa and tourist activities too. Building of new jetties. Firstly, Capno Port Jetty at Panaji has been constructed. The old one, which was deteriorated and a dilapidated condition, was unsafe for future usage. Foreseeing the futuristic 50 years and day-to-day development in the inland water transport activities, a new jetty has been built to accommodate the present and futuristic needs, the length of which is 184.5 meters and the total cost is 15.02 crores. There is an Capno Port Jetty at Old Goa, the first of its type, a hybrid jetty in India, with a length of 59 meters and a capacity of total cost of 20.36 crores. Floating jetties. Foreseeing the futuristic 50 years and day-to-day development in the inland water transport activities, new 40 numbers floating jetties has been proposed at various locations of Goan rivers to accommodate the present and futuristic needs. At initial stage, 4 floating jetties are proposed, that is 3 in the river Mandovi and 1 in the river Chapora. This project will be taken up by Inland Waterways Authority. Ministry of Shipping on 100% funding from Central Ministry. Jetties will facilitate in reducing the traffic congestion on the road and also to utilize for passenger traffic in promoting backwater and riverine tourism in Goa, especially in the Mandovi estuary. 4 floating jetties will be moved with chains without any piles, as it will be temporary installations. No construction will take place in these water bodies. Floating jetties of approximately 350 meters length in the Mandovi, Chapora at 4 locations are being commissioned to enable berthing facilities for various size cruise vessels. Dredging of 4 river mouths. COP has dredged the mouths of Chapora River to a depth of 4 meters to deepen the navigation channel for fishing vessels. The depth available for fishing trawlers at the river mouth had reduced to 1 meter, causing serious obstruction to smooth navigation for fishing trawlers, cruise boats, and other water sports vessels. Captain Ports has entrusted to undertake dredging at the mouth of the rivers Sal, Galjibag, and Talpona, following consistent requests from fishing communities who are finding it difficult to venture into rivers, especially during low tide. The National Institute of Oceanography is in the process of conducting the Environment Impact Assessment study. Once a report is favorable, the tendering process will be carried out for sections needing desilting. Sagarmala projects in Goa, which are initiated by the Central Ministry to promote port-led direct and indirect development of hinterland. Goa being one of the top destinations for international and national tourists, the traffic on the road has increased manifold. Increasing traffic coupled with narrow roads and difficult terrain has stressed the current road infrastructure due to which there is congestion, traffic jam, and increasing accidents on the roads. Considering the infrastructure, demand, and benefits of inland transport, the COP has under Sagarmala proposed developments of 9 jetties in Shiroda, Savarde, Banastari, Old Goa, Raibandar, Pelgaon, Rasai, Aldona, and Durbat in the river Mandovi, Zuari, and Mapsa to the tune of rupees 73 crores. Many of the jetties have been abandoned due to old and dilapidated conditions which are of erstwhile Portuguese era. The advantages of the jetties will be to ferry services for local commuters, ferry services for tourism, and berthing facilities for barges, houseboats, cruise vessels along the waterway routes. The National Maritime Day thus deserves to be taken very seriously. On this day, we may do well to take stock of our failings and limitations in the maritime domain prior applying ourselves during the rest of the year in faithfully addressing this concern. It is only after we carry out the much needed restructuring and capacity building of the shipping industry, which taken as a whole represent the largest slice of the global economy, that we can think of taking our rightful place in the committee of maritime nations capable of fulfilling our national and international obligations and harnessing our maritime potential in a sustainable manner. I would like to thank you all, especially All India Radio and Doordarshan, for giving us this opportunity to speak and disseminate information. Thank you. Jai Hind.